My wife's nephew thought smashing my greenhouse and bragging online would just earn him a warning. Instead, I pressed charges, and his sentencing landed right on prom night. Watch how this act of destruction turned into a lesson he'll never forget. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reddit Visuals. I used to think family loyalty meant biting your tongue and letting some things slide until I learned some people will walk all over you unless you make them face real consequences. I'm 46, been married for 8 years now, and I live in a quiet part of northern Michigan. I've always been a bit of a fixer-upper guy, built my own tool shed, redid our floors, and for the past 3 years, I've been working on my pride and joy, a custom greenhouse in our backyard, hand-cut reclaimed wood, tempered glass panels, climate controls I programmed myself, the works. A little oasis where I could grow exotic plants and just breathe after a long day. But this story isn't about my greenhouse. It's about how that greenhouse got obliterated by a cocky little punk who thought being family made him immune. Enter Logan, my wife's 17-year-old nephew. Logan is, well, the polite version would be troubled. The honest version? He's a spoiled, arrogant, attention-hungry TikTok brat who thinks every moment of his life is content. He's one of those kids who'll do stupid stunts for likes, prank people who never asked to be part of the joke, then hide behind, "It was just a video, bro," when called out. Now, I tolerated Logan, for my wife's sake. He wasn't my blood, but we'd see him during holidays and birthdays. Every time he visited, I locked my office, hid the whiskey, and triple-checked the Wi-Fi settings because the last time he stayed over, he live-streamed himself snooping through our bedroom looking for old people's secrets. But what happened this spring went way beyond stupid pranks. It was mid-February when I first warned him. Logan was visiting for a long weekend, and I caught him eyeing my greenhouse like it was a prop waiting to be used. I pulled him aside and made it crystal clear. "Logan, that greenhouse is off limits. It's not a toy. It's not content. It's 3 years of my life. Stay out." He nodded and said, "Yeah, sure, Uncle Mike," but I saw that look in his eyes. That calculating look that meant he was already thinking about how to turn my sanctuary into his next viral moment. Fast forward to late April. Logan was visiting us for the weekend because his parents were overwhelmed and needed a break. Translation: they couldn't handle their own kid anymore. Fine. I cleared out the guest room, warned my wife I had a lot of work that weekend, and reminded Logan about the greenhouse rules. That greenhouse, it was finally perfect. 3 years of labor, every spare dollar from my budget, nights spent designing the irrigation system, growing heirloom peppers from seeds I imported from Italy. And most importantly, it was mine. My sanctuary. I remember the exact moment it happened. Saturday morning, April 28th. I was on the porch with coffee when I heard the sound of shattering glass, multiple crashes, then laughter. Not normal laughter, manic, high-pitched, like a dare had just been won. I ran to the back. My stomach dropped before I even rounded the corner. Logan was in the greenhouse, inside, the door kicked in, holding a rusty golf club like a weapon. And my glass panels, the ones I'd custom-ordered from Germany, smashed, scattered, gone. He was laughing and spinning in circles while his phone was propped up on a tripod, filming. I don't remember sprinting. I just remember grabbing his shoulder, pulling him out, and yelling, "What the hell are you doing?" His response, "Chill, dude. It's for content. I'll tag you. You'll get views." I swear to God, if I hadn't been raised right, I was shaking. Literally shaking. My wife ran out after hearing the noise, took one look at the mess, and just gasped. She turned to Logan like a deer in headlights and said, "Tell me this isn't what it looks like." "Logan?" He doubled down. "Relax. You act like it's the Mona Lisa. It's just glass, old man." Old man. I walked away before I said something I'd regret. I locked myself in my office and stared at the wall for 20 minutes, fists clenched, heart racing. And that's when I made my decision. This wasn't going to be a talk-it-out situation. I was pressing charges. That little punk had no idea what he'd done. Not just legally, emotionally, financially, spiritually. That greenhouse wasn't just a project. It was therapy. A symbol of patience, control, peace. And he turned it into a punchline for his followers. But you know what really made me snap? He posted the video, before I even had a chance to assess the damage or call the police. Before I even had a chance to process what happened, Logan had already uploaded the clip to TikTok with the caption, "Watch me destroy my uncle's midlife crisis LOL skull with flame and explosion plant, hashtag destruction mode, hashtag chaos content." And the comments, "Bro, this is unhinged. Old heads stay mad. Greenhouse destruction, he's probably crying. Bro chose violence and I'm here for it." It wasn't just disrespect. It was public humiliation. He was basking in it, making money off of it. So I called the cops, filed a police report, showed them the footage, had photos, receipts, everything. The responding officer took one look at the video and shook his head. "Kid filmed his own felony. This is destruction of property over $5,000. That's serious." Logan's parents? They were furious with me. "Are you seriously going to ruin his future over some broken glass?" His mom yelled over the phone. "No," I said. "I'm going to ruin it over criminal trespassing, felony property destruction, and premeditated malicious behavior." Because guess what? Logan bragged in his comment replies that he'd been planning this content for weeks and just needed the right moment to execute. Let me tell you, watching that smug little face when he was served a notice to appear in juvenile court was satisfying. But it gets better. The court date got scheduled for May 18th. Know what else was May 18th? Prom night. His parents tried everything. Pleading, bargaining, offering to pay for repairs. They offered $3,000 for over $10,000 in damage. My wife stayed mostly quiet. She was heartbroken, but for once, she didn't try to defend him. I stood firm. Then Logan himself showed up at my door. No parents, just him, looking smaller than usual. "Uncle Mike," he said, voice shaking, "my court date is the same day as prom. I've been planning this night for months. Ashley already bought her dress. We have the limo booked." I kept working on my lawnmower. "And can you maybe postpone the charges? Just until after prom? Please?" I looked up at him. "You want me to reschedule justice around your dance?" "It's not just a dance. It's prom. It's important." "You know what was important to me? That greenhouse. You know what was important to you? Getting views." He started crying, rears this time. "I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't think it would matter this much. You didn't think. Period. And now thinking is exactly what you're going to learn to do." I went to court, brought printed screenshots of the video and comments. The prosecutor presented evidence of premeditation based on Logan's own bragged admissions online. The judge wasn't impressed with Logan's "it was just content" excuse. The judge looked at Logan and said, "Young man, you documented yourself committing a felony, broadcast it to the world, and profited from someone else's pain. Actions have consequences, especially when you advertise them." Logan was sentenced to 200 hours of community service, ordered to pay full restitution of $10,347, put on probation for 1 year, and required to attend counseling sessions about respect and empathy. The cherry on top? He had to take down the video and post a public apology that his lawyer had to approve first. By the time prom night rolled around, Logan was in a neon vest picking up trash on the highway while his classmates were dancing. He posted that too. Caption, "Court-ordered community service hits different." You'd think he learned something. About a month into his service, Logan started working at a community garden, and something about getting his hands dirty, actually building something instead of destroying it, started to change him. My wife noticed it first. He'd stopped filming everything, stopped looking for content in every conversation. When he visited, he actually helped with yard work without being asked. Then one day this summer, he knocked on my door with a strange request. "Uncle Mike, the community garden needs raised beds built. I remembered you saying something about working with reclaimed wood. Could you maybe show me how?" I stared at him. This was the same kid who'd called my work a midlife crisis. "You want to learn carpentry?" "I want to learn to build things, real things, instead of just breaking them." So I taught him, not because I'd forgiven him completely. Trust takes time to rebuild, but because I saw something different in his eyes. Humility, genuine curiosity. We spent 6 Saturdays working on those garden beds. Logan learned to measure twice, cut once. He learned that creating something beautiful takes patience, skill, and respect for your materials. He learned to work with his hands instead of just his phone. On our last Saturday, as we were installing the final bed, he said something that caught me off guard. I used to think respect was automatic. Like people should just respect me because I was young and entertaining and had followers. But respect isn't about what you can tear down, is it? It's about what you can build up. I nodded. Took you a while to figure that out. Yeah, he said, wiping sweat from his forehead. I'm a slow learner. But I'm learning. I rebuilt my greenhouse, by the way. Didn't just repair it, completely rebuilt it. Stronger foundation, better materials, upgraded everything. And yes, I installed a comprehensive security system with motion sensors and cloud backup. Because some lessons come with warnings, others come with court dates. Now, some people think I went too far. He's just a teenager, they say. Teenagers make mistakes. But here's what I learned. There's a difference between mistakes and choices. Accidentally breaking something while helping is a mistake. Deliberately destroying someone's life work while filming it for social media fame, that's a calculated choice. And choices should have proportional consequences. I didn't ruin Logan's future, I redirected it. The path he was on, treating other people's pain as entertainment, believing his social media status made him untouchable, that path leads to bigger crimes and harder consequences. Did I feel bad about him missing prom? Not even a little. You know what Logan would have learned if I'd let it slide? That family means he can hurt people without facing reality. That his momentary entertainment matters more than other people's permanent loss. Instead, he learned that respect is earned through actions, not assumed through relationships. That creation requires courage and patience, while destruction only requires cruelty and selfishness. And most importantly, that the people who truly care about you are sometimes the ones willing to let you face the consequences of your choices. My greenhouse is stronger than ever. Logan is growing into someone I can actually respect. And our family? We're more honest now, more real, less willing to enable bad behavior just to keep the peace. Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do for someone is refuse to protect them from the natural consequences of their actions, even when they're family, especially when they're family. So there you have it, folks. The story of how a destroyed greenhouse became the foundation for building a better human being. What do you think? Did I handle this right? Or should I have just let family be family? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story resonated with you, whether you're dealing with entitled relatives or just need a reminder that accountability isn't cruelty, hit that like button and subscribe to Reddit Visuals. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.